Good evening, everyone. My name is Emma, and the program is at the Orchard. So today, the episodes we are talking about the industry challenges, and we welcome you. Listen and maybe participate by putting a comment if you feel like there is some burning questions you need to raise. So welcome, join us as we delve through these questions. Continuing from the challenges that we had from farmers, we had reached a point where now the production has begun, and someone has seen flowers, he is happy that he's going to harvest something in the next like 6 months. So after 1 month, the tree started shedding those flowers, a lot of flowers, and then you hear some calls, hello, what could be the problems of that kind of situation in terms of flower shedding, and what is the solution to this problem?
Okay, we really know that avocado tree can set up to 1 million flowers, yes, a tree. Mm-hmm. But at the end of the day, you get so discouraged to see that among the 1 million flowers, you only have 50, which are actually attain up to the, harvesting stage. Mm-hmm. At times we really know that it's quite discouraging. But now remember, there is a lot of things which is entailed for the abortion of the flowers. Mm-hmm. Number one, it may be environmental factors. When I talk about environmental factors, can be heat waves, can be temperatures. And then number two, another thing can be for those ones who are depending upon rains. When the rains are not there and the trees are stressed, it can abort the flowers. So actually, these are the things which a farmer needs to do. Keep on checking, give your plants water, but have some irrigation system to supplement. Whenever it has reached a dry season, supplement with some water. Number two is whereby there are some, make sure that your nutrition program, it's really good. Normally check a lot on the boron. Once you have boron, it will minimize the abortion of flowers. So actually, and then another thing is have windbreakers across your orchard. Remember towards the dry season, there's a lot of wind blowing. So it will be blowing away this flower. So by doing that, either you can have an artificial windbreaker, by seeing the direction, you can have this sack, a cloth to prevent the flow of wind. So actually those are the major things which you really need to check. And majorly, check on water and nutrition factor of your trees.
Okay, yeah, that one answers some of the many problems and questions that people have been asking. Yeah. But yet again, there is this thing about, there is this farmer who was asking about, in his orchard, he had several types of fruits. There are those ones that are flowering, those ones that have fruits, and there are those ones which is almost mature. So he was asking, in terms of when you are planting for nutrition, it becomes a challenge for him too. Is there a way you can make sure that your tree come into phase at one time?
We know we have something which we call alternate bearing, and we have an alternate bearing. Mm-hmm. Alternate bearing is whereby we have that condition which you have said. Mm-hmm. And this condition happens. But normally, you see, they usually say that a tree must have 2 seasons. In real sense, a tree is not even supposed to have 2 seasons. That's because of the alternate bearing. That's when we are seeing these conditions. Mm-hmm. But there is the way where you can manipulate your plant. Manipulate it, have only 1 season, major season, and then have the other one which is minor. But in that process where you have all the 3, where you have fruits, you have flowers, and you have some small fruits which are still there. Remember, once you have all these 3 conditions in one tree, it tends to deprive or either to deplete the nutrients which is available in the soil. Number 2, the small water which is there can be depleted. So the only thing is, make sure that you give your plant enough manure, make sure that you give your plant enough water, make sure that there's some other macro and micro elements are supplemented in order for this tree psychologically, it can maintain itself on only major seasons. So actually another thing whereby farmers tend to fail a lot is whereby they are only focusing to harvest from the tree, but not giving back to the tree. Mm-hmm. Remember, by the time you're taking that fruit from the tree, remember those nutrients came from the soil you have taken, but you have to replenish it back. Buy the fertilizers, but first of all, before doing that, do the soil testing. Get the soil, do the soil testing, do the leaf analysis test in order for you to know exactly what is missing within this tree. Then from there you can pump in whatever it requires. They will give recommendation. If it's about NPK or either nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium, all these ones, actually, after doing the analysis, it will tell you exactly this one is missing. If it's potassium, you will increase the percentage. If the soil is more acidic, there are those dolomitic lime, there are those calcitic lime, you have to supplement by
so what you are saying is that you cannot give a prescription or the same prescription to all farmers because it differs from soil analysis and field testing.
Exactly.
Okay. Yeah. So that one is what we are able to get, because most of the farmers were like, you should come up with something like a table to follow. So it means it is different in each farm.
No, you see now, Emma, there are tables which you can give.
Yes.
Based with the agronomy practices and you being in an industry for some quite good years, you can be able to tell this farm is lacking this and this and this.
Yes.
But the right appropriate way is to do the soil analysis, water analysis, leaf analysis, in order for you to have an informed direction you are taking.
Yeah, that one is a very good information in terms of analysis of soil and leaf testing.
Yes.
And part of the big challenge again comes from, or something from the question is all about pests and diseases. You see, in terms of pests, we have the quarantine pest, and then we have this other pest. What are some of the major pests in the avocado?
Okay, we have some different pests, in the industry. As we were talking, the challenges ranges from the seedlings. It goes to the, post-harvest handling.
Yes.
It goes to fertilization, where you are the feeding program. It goes to pruning.
Yes.
It's a general challenge in the industry. When we come to harvest, another challenge comes in. Which one should we harvest and which one should we not harvest?
Yes.
By the time it reaches another challenge arises is, where is the market for this fruit?
Yes.
Which one is the class A and which one is class B? So it's a major challenge which really need these guys to be highlighted.
Yes.
Yes. So at the end of the day, these challenges really need to be focused on and make sure that they are being aligned.
Yes.
I think, Evans, you have seen there's some other challenges, or have you heard about the challenges which people are really facing a lot?
So I think maybe to add on other challenges, one of the challenges we have management and supervision challenges. Many of these farmers don't have the right personnel on the ground.
Yes.
Starting from the manager, come the supervisor, even the workers. And that's where now we are, farmers are like, someone can be, maybe it's not at the farm, mostly it's working from a far up place, but the people at the farm, they are being paid, but they're not doing the proper work. And also we have in terms of record keeping.
Yes.
You can find a lot of farmers, maybe their management of their supervisors don't keep any record. So you can even in terms of maybe the process of harvesting, trying to trace back, when was the seedling planted, there is no record. But that's maybe doesn't apply, there is no record.
You are very right. Yes. You can see like now actually you see of recent the biggest challenge which we incurred is whereby we had a buyer of the fruits. But now when the buyer tells you, I want to see the records. What did you spray in this plant? When did you plant it? What are the have you ever used a glyphosate or either herbicides in killing the weeds? How have you been controlling fruit fly and FCM, which we know that they are the quarantine pests? So, and the way you have said, that record is really mandatory, and which is what most of the farmers are doing. What they don't have.
Yes. Yes. In fact, that one is the most recent questions that we experience a lot from farmers and even the buyers, because we at Avocare we link buyers to farmers. When you are looking for buyers, the first question they ask is that I need the records, of which you have mentioned is very important in terms of production.
And now, Emma, there are those even chemicals which are really restricted.
Yes.
You know that most of these fruits goes to EU, and when it goes to EU, there are those chemicals which were banned in EU.
Yes.
But the dumping site of those chemicals are here within East Africa. It's either in Uganda, it's either in Kenya, and you get them still on the orchards.
Yes.
So actually, the major importance of that record is because to follow up on the chemicals which you did.
Yes.
And then we know that the major pest which has really caused, and they are quarantine pests.
Yes.
We have seen like cysted weevils,
Yes.
the one which is eating the leaves. That one is a quarantine pest. We have seen like a fruit fly with their eggs and everything. If not well managed, it can be traced at the export country. And then once the strategy is, if they get this quarantine pest, they will destroy it at your own cost.
Yes.
So another pest which we know that is of major concern is like FCM, false codling mold. So these are the things which actually in that small scale farmer needs to understand and understand how to mitigate on it.
Yeah.
Yes. And maybe to talk on those challenges that we've talked about, that's whereby as Avocare we've chipped in, so that we have the farm visit.
Yes.
So we can come at your farm, then we can check on the progress, we can check on the personnel, and we can advise where possible.
Yes.
Also in terms of hiring for these managers and supervisors, we can even train them for you.
Perfect.
And maybe you can even we can have a training at our place. They come, we train them,
Yes.
or we go at the field, we train them. Or if you need someone as supervisor at the farm, you can just come to us and we look for you for the right personnel.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah. So I think that approach is very good in terms of easing out the pressure on the farmer.
On the farm,
Yeah.
You help to train his personnel,
Personnel.
and maybe as a rallying call to farmers is that follow up with what Avocare is doing, and then to avoid you incurring such kind of you see, when you are doing something and then unexpected thing happens, it becomes a challenge to you. So by following Avocare and bringing in your workers to be trained, it becomes easier on your part. You will not be met with unexpected situations. So I think that one comes in terms of addressing these challenges. And then again, as a farmer, when you are planting, first of all, you have to have something in your mind, like how these trees you are growing. What is your expectation? Are you expecting it to sell to where exactly? Is it the local market? Is it international market? And then I think some of these people are asking me, if you are selling for international markets, what are the expectations? Is there some kind of regulations that needs to be followed, or is it just that you just plant and then you wait for harvesting?
You know, Emma, there is a lot of expectation through a farmer. Yeah, actually it's a cash cow.
Yes.
And we call it a cash cow. Others call it a cash cow.
Yeah.
Others call it green gold and the rest. You know, a farmer reaches to that point whereby he really need to, he wants to harvest and hit the market directly. He wants to export to Europe directly. Yeah, that's a farmer.
Yes.
But remember, this thing has stages. There's a part where you play, you as a farmer. Produce, hand your money. If you have enough capacity, go to the second stage, which are the pack house.
Yes.
If you have enough capacity, try to handle logistics. If you have enough capacity after logistics, now go to the consumer end. So actually that's where you can hold the entire chain. But which is an hectic thing, and it's not possible to be handled as such. There is a part where you as a farmer play, have a very good pricing, sell it and hand there. The second person of logistics comes in, handle from there to the pack house. From the pack house, the other one of the pack house makes some small margin, it reaches the other hand. The consumer on the other side, after receiving, they select the rejects and the whatever, calculate the freights and the rest, put some small margin, then it hits the supermarket. But now we can't use a value of supermarket to evaluate ourselves as farmers. You see, it's a stage which all of us really need to follow. It's an hierarchy.
Yeah, I think what you just mentioned is quite interesting.
Yeah.
The other time I had someone called me,
Yeah.
and he was like, "Hey, I was in Dubai.
Yeah.
I was amazed by
The price of
avocado and the way we have been there.
Yeah.
I want to do farming." Then, when you do farming with that kind of mindset,
Yes.
You will get a shock because
along the way.
at the farm gate prices,
Yes.
because you have not factored in all that kind of the logistics.
Yeah, that's
So I think before farmers engage in this kind of business, first of all you have to do a serious plan, and then again you do what you call research. You research on what are the farm gate prices and how the potential of this
You can see now,
industry.
like now, Emma, we see Evans, another thing is here with the market. You know, now it has reached that point where a farmer has already produced, but now he does not know where the market is.
Yes.
And another thing is, this is where now we really need government to chip in and make sure that they create more awareness for production for Uganda. It's not all about just taking it to the neighborhood country and the rest, but no, this is a product which you have sweat on it, and you really need it to hit the market. So I don't know which perspective do you have over that.
Yes.
Yeah, because by the way, you've been receiving a lot of, because now this is the harvesting season.
Yes.
I think over the last 3 months, and now we're almost finalizing harvesting.
Yeah.
We've been receiving a lot of calls for farmers who are having fruits. And even the first step, they even don't know how to harvest those fruits. Then the second step, they even don't know where to sell those fruits.
Yes.
Even if you tell them to differentiate between class A and class B, they don't know. So I think it all lies in us as a consultancy to be there for these farmers, to educate them and to help them. And also in hand with the government. They need to come, they need to chip in so that they can even help in terms of making this transport logistics process to be easier, in terms of exporting and even exploring markets for these farmers.
Yes. I think I agree with you mostly in what you said, and then in part of farmers not knowing what to do. Like the other time, somebody lost a lot of tanks. An agronomist advised them the fruits are mature to be harvested. And then it happened that they thought that they didn't know the difference between what is a mature fruit and the mature. They harvested all of them plus the immature fruit. So you can imagine 3 tons of immature fruits that was harvested. What could have been the potential of the law? So maybe just clearing out this issue. Is there a way you can differentiate from mature and immature fruit?
Yes, actually, like it's very easy to differentiate. First of all, just know that starting from flowering to the harvest is 9 months.
Yes.
If you can count by the time you're reaching on the 7th month, at least you will start seeing there's that which is dark green color, the fruit. That one is a premature. And then there's the one which is pale blue. I mean pale green. That pale green is almost attaining the maturity. Then there's a pedicule. That pedicule is that tree which is holding it. That pedicule, that stem. That stem which is holding it will turn the color to yellow. Once it turns yellow, which is almost fading to become brownish, it's mature to be harvested. Then another thing is actually like actually that one is ready now to be harvested. If you want to understand the mature, I mean the over mature, it changes the color to become purple. The pedicule up here again changes the color to become more brownish. So actually those are the physical appearances which you can spot. And as the time goes, you'll continue now. Then another most important thing is for you to check on the dry matter.
Yes.
Either there are 2 methods. You can use the other dry matter testing machine, or either you can use a microwave testing technique, whereby it can determine the dry matter of the fruit. Because actually, if the fruit is between 18 to 20, actually it means the maturity. It has attained the maturity and it can hit the market. But if it goes beyond 25 and above, that one is over mature, it goes for oil. And we didn't know that the industry is segmented into around 3. So we have the fresh produce market, which goes for export. We have the oil, which is grade B, can go for oil production. We have the same oil which goes to pharmaceutical and the rest. So actually these are the things which we really need to focus and make sure that we align ourselves to understand the physiological appearance of this fruit in order for us to be align ourselves on the right track.
Yes.
Yeah.
That one is recommendable. And then again, in terms of these challenges, we have talked cutting across from planting all the way to now. We are in terms of harvesting and identifying which one is mature and which one is not. Maybe in terms of you see when it has reached harvesting, most of these people you've said there is segmentation in market. Is there a specific way that each market requires that you have regulations on harvesting? Is it maybe, for example, for oil, is there a specific way you harvest for oil? Is there a specific way you harvest for export? Is there a specific way you harvest for? Yes, like that one.
Okay, as I was highlighting, the segmentation of the industry. Yeah, actually, like if you're targeting, remember different area in different countries has their own specification
Yes.
and preferences, needs for the client. A client will tell you, I need my fruit to be either size 12, either size. I mean, they have their own sizes, size 24, size 30. Which like now Korea will tell you I need size 30.
Yes.
And which is a very small fruit. Now you can get like size 12. A client will tell you I need size 12, 21 and the rest. So actually different countries with their own standards. But the right standards which we really know is between the maturity index should be between the dry matter of 18 to 24. That one goes for fresh. Then you'll get another one saying that between, if you have a dry matter between 25 and above goes for oil production. So those are the indexes which is supposed to be followed. But otherwise, if you're following the export market, you have between 18 to 24.
Yeah. So the segment has been quite good in terms of answering these questions, these common questions that has been asked in the industry. I think the area is too much wide, and we have done some good work tackling some of these questions. Going forward, we shall now proceed from where we left, from the harvesting to various markets. So maybe we conclude today by saying thank you very much, and keep on watching for us so that we can give you and answer more of questions that you have.
Thank you so much for the organizing committee of over this. We really appreciate, and we are looking forward to give out this knowledge as it comes. We have tackled episode 1, episode 2. Now we are going to tackle again episode 3, and we are much privileged to be welcomed and to be given a platform to discuss about this. Maybe Evans can give us a closing remarks.
So for us, it was such an interactive lesson that we have had today. We've talked about the general challenges facing the avocado industry, and we request you that you keep on subscribing to our channels at Orchards. We will keep in touch. We will keep updating. You post your comments, and we have hope and believe in you that with the right knowledge, with the right care, and with the right people, every tree will become a story of success. Thank you so much.